Beans have a bad reputation in some circles. They're dismissed as poor man's food, blamed for digestive drama, or simply overlooked in favor of flashier protein sources. But here's the truth. If you're not eating beans regularly, you're missing out. These humble legumes pack a punch, nutritionally, environmentally, and economically. Here are 10 solid reasons you should make beans a bigger part of your diet. Beans are nutritional powerhouses. Beans aren't just filler food. They're dense with nutrients that many of us aren't getting enough of. A single serving brings protein, fiber, complex carbs, iron, potassium, magnesium, and folate. They're low in fat and high in what your body actually needs. Compared to animal protein, beans deliver all this without the cholesterol or saturated fat. They're not perfect solo. Most lack one or two essential amino acids, but pair them with rice, corn, or wheat, and you've got a complete protein. Beans do heavy lifting in a way few foods can. They're a lifespan booster. If you want to live longer, eat like the people who do. Beans are a staple in nearly every blue zone, the regions where people consistently live the longest and healthiest lives. Think Okinawa, Sardinia, and Nicoya. Beans are central to their diets. They're often eaten daily, and not in tiny side dish portions either. Researchers link bean consumption with reduced risk of chronic diseases like heart disease, diabetes, and cancer. Regular bean eaters live longer, healthier lives. Simple as that. Beans are gut health gold. You've heard fiber is important. Beans are loaded with it. But beyond fiber, beans contain resistant starches and fermentable fibers that feed beneficial gut bacteria. That matters because your gut microbiome influences everything from digestion and immunity to mood and inflammation. Think of beans as prebiotics in a whole food form. They help build a stronger, more diverse gut flora, which helps you process food better, fight off disease, and even stabilize mood and energy levels. They help regulate blood sugar. Beans are low on the glycemic index. That means they release their energy slowly, avoiding the blood sugar spikes and crashes that can come from refined carbs or sugary snacks. This makes them ideal for people with diabetes, prediabetes, or anyone trying to keep their blood sugar stable. Even better, studies show that eating beans regularly can lower HbA1c levels, a key marker of long-term blood sugar control. They help your body handle glucose more effectively. Less insulin resistance, more stability. Beans are ridiculously affordable. Let's not ignore the economics here. Food prices are rising. Eating healthy can be expensive. But beans? Dry or canned, they're one of the cheapest sources of protein and nutrition available. A pound of dried beans can cost under $2 and feed a small family. Even canned beans are budget-friendly and require zero prep. For the price, you won't find a better nutritional return on investment. They stretch meals, fill you up, and keep your food budget in check. They're good for the planet. Beans aren't just good for you, they're good for the environment too. Growing beans requires significantly less water, land, and energy than raising animals for meat. And legumes actually enrich the soil they grow in, thanks to their ability to fix nitrogen. That means less need for synthetic fertilizers, which can harm ecosystems and contribute to climate change. If you care about sustainability, eating more beans and less meat is one of the most impactful dietary changes you can make. Beans help with weight management. Here's the thing about beans. They're filling, like really filling, high in fiber, high in protein, and digested slowly. They keep you satisfied for hours. That means you're less likely to snack or overeat later. Studies have found that people who eat more legumes tend to have lower body weights, smaller waistlines, and healthier BMIs. You're not eating less, you're just eating smarter. Beans help curb appetite without depriving you of nutrients or satisfaction. They're incredibly versatile. You don't have to eat beans the same way every time. In fact, you shouldn't. There are countless types of beans: black beans, chickpeas, kidney beans, navy beans, lentils, favas, and more, and just as many ways to use them. From soups and stews to tacos, salads, curries, and dips, beans can show up in almost any cuisine. Blend them, roast them, bake them into burgers. Their mild flavor takes on whatever seasoning you throw at them. Once you start experimenting, it's hard to stop. They're shelf-stable and easy to store. Beans are pantry MVPs. Dried beans last for years. Canned beans keep for a long time too. They're perfect for stocking up and always having something nutritious on hand. In an age of supply chain disruptions, last-minute meals, or just trying to avoid waste, that matters. No defrosting, no spoilage, no excuses. A can of beans and a few spices, and you've got a meal. They challenge the myth that healthy means complicated. Beans are as simple as food gets, and that's exactly the point. You don't need a $12 smoothie or a fancy supplement to eat well. You don't need to count macros, go keto, or adopt the latest influencer-approved diet. Just eat more beans. Throw them in your rice bowl, add them to soup, mash them into toast. No drama, no trend. Just real food that's been feeding humans for thousands of years, and doing a damn good job of it. Bottom line. Beans aren't just for vegetarians. They're not a backup protein or a side dish you tolerate. They deserve main character status. Nutritionally dense, gut-friendly, cheap, sustainable, and endlessly versatile, beans check every box. So if they've been collecting dust in your pantry, or if they've never been on your radar, it's time to change that. Because in a world full of overhyped food trends, beans are the rare thing that lives up to the promise. Eat more of them. Your body, your wallet, and the planet will thank you.